Hey, everybody. Welcome to Tuesday Notary Titans. Today is Tuesday, July 2nd, and we are so glad you're here today to hang out with us. I am here with my co-host, Laura Biewer. Where is Laura? I don't see her yet. Is she, I just thought she came in. Is she on?
Yeah, she is, but she doesn't have a
Okay, she must be trying
camera.
to connect. That's
Yeah.
okay. We'll give her a minute. Laura's teaching today for the National Notary Association, so we're going to give her a minute. And she'll come back up here in just a second. Today is a really special call. We have last minute special guest who's going to be joining us in just a little bit. I'll let you guys see if you can try and figure out who that special guest might be. But for today, we're going to start as we always do and remind you, if you are able to turn your camera on, we would love to see your faces. It helps us get to know you better and it helps us develop a relationship with you. But if you're in a spot where you can't turn that camera on, no need for an explanation. We completely understand. Now, you guys know how this call works. If you have a question for the GOAT herself, Laura Biewer, or me, Jen Neitzel, we are happy to answer it today. And all you have to do is raise your virtual hand. You can find that at the bottom of your Zoom screen under reactions, or find the word more with the little three dots over it. Click on that, and there should be a raised hand function in there. And I see in our chat, we've already figured out who our special guest is going to be today. We're going to get to him in a moment. While you guys are getting your questions together and getting in line, raising your hands, let's say hello to Laura, who's joined us. Good afternoon, Laura.
Hi, guys. Been an exciting morning teaching notary law
Well,
today.
and
So,
you are the best at it. You are the best at it.
uh,
And Laura, I have good news. I wasn't able to share with you before the call. We have had two people submit questions, our first two questions on the submission form on the TNT website. That's at
uh,
notarycoach.com/TNT. So if we have a pause today, we have some questions to draw from. Isn't that exciting?
yeah, that is exciting.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so if you guys think of a question midweek, Jen Cooper, who's helping us support us on this call today, she has just posted a link in the chat. You can click on that, put a question in, and we can refer back to it during this TNT call. Please do not submit questions if you need an answer immediately. This is only for TNT, Tuesday Notary Titan questions. All right, we're going to start the way we always do with just a couple of quick announcements. um, we have implemented a new way for you to advertise your products on the TNT call. And as you guys know, it's called the Innovator Spotlight. And this week, as we have in the last 2 weeks, if you were on 2 weeks ago, you met one of our innovators, Mr. Tony Benson, who has created notarycalendar.com. Notary Calendar is a proactive scheduling engine that builds drive time around your appointments and on your calendar. So when an end user, like an estate planning attorney, is booking you, the system will show only your true time slots that are open. And the system also knows how far you're driving and automatically calculates a travel fee based on your desires or local laws. So simply add how much you charge per mile into your notary calendar profile, and the system automatically calculates and displays your travel fee to the client. If you would like more information about this product, the amazing Jen Cooper has just posted that in the chat for you. Laura, I would love for you to tell everybody how people can connect with you outside of this call.
Thanks so much. Guys, I hold a free coaching call every Saturday at 8 a.m., 9 a.m. Pacific time. A bit smaller group, and we dive into questions, them up pretty good. Um, More than because we have more time available to do so. So if you
Laura, you're
would
cutting
like,
in and out a little bit.
hold on.
All right, I'll tell you what, we're going
Hmm.
to revisit.
Is this
How about
better?
yeah, actually it is. Let's see.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's just where I was located. So back there when I have. section. So
No, you're
anyway,
still breaking up, actually.
well, you want to tell them about Coach Me, Laura?
I will. Jen Cooper is going to post about it in the chat for you. But if you guys want to connect with Laura outside of the TNT call, she has a free call every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. Pacific. Is that right? 8 a.m. Pacific? The link is going to be in the chat for you. It's similar to this call with some deeper questions and a deeper dive into the answers to those questions. It's called Laura Biewer Presents. It's every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. Pacific time. But let's get to our questions. Miss Cynthia, your wish has been granted. You asked me last week, where's Bill? And lo and behold, today he is on the call. Just a little magic I'm working for you, Cynthia. What's your question today?
I sure appreciate it. Hi, Bill. Hi, Jen. Hi, Laura. I have a question about, okay, so I'm getting general notary work, quite a bit. And, I'm posting on social media and everything. I haven't done a video yet, but I'm working on it. But I have still yet to receive a signing. And I don't know what that's about. Like I'll get notifications, but I haven't gotten a signing. Now I've been signing up every year for repeating the signing agent course and all of that good stuff since 2021, and I have still not received a signing. So I'm just doing general notary work, but I do work full time. But I do know also that there's evening and weekend work available, but I have still not gotten anything. So what do you recommend?
So tell me, so are all of you, where are you you're talking specifically about the NNA platform, or are you talking about your Google business profile?
On okay. On the course that I took, or on what? Are you talking about just
You're saying
registering?
you're not getting business, but where are you?
Anywhere for signings.
Do you have a Google business profile?
I do.
Okay. And when did you get that set up?
Probably about 2 or 3 years ago. I went through Jim Allen's course.
Uh-huh.
And
Yeah.
I did his refresher course. Now I'm in the, what is it, third? I checked that today. I'm in third on there. But I don't know. I don't know what else to do. I don't know if they're looking at the hours or, I don't
Are you
know.
specifically talking about loan signings, or are you because you started off talking about general notary work?
No, what I was saying is I am getting work. It's not signings, but it's general notary work. I get a lot of general notary work, which is fine. That's all I've ever done, really.
So I think because right now the pulse in the real estate market is there's just not as much business to give as when we were experiencing the refi boom. Obviously,
Yeah, I never experienced that either.
you didn't. Oh,
No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
really?
Mm-mm.
So are you on, aside from Google Business Profile, how are you receiving your customers? Is it through different signing services, or have you
No,
gone out to build relationships with people?
I have built some, but a lot of them use their own notaries, but then I still give them my information just in case their notary is not available. But
Do you follow up with them every month and stay?
not every month.
Okay.
So maybe I need to do that, but
Where are you expecting this business, the signing business, to come from? Just so I can address.
signing services, title companies, anywhere. And then I network a lot.
I know you do. I can attest to that because every networking thing I go to in Dallas, there's Cynthia. She does do a lot of networking.
Yeah.
So I think right now, in my opinion, and I know Laura has something to say about this too. In my opinion, right now, unless you have built solid relationships with escrow offices in Texas, where you are, she lives in Dallas, same place I do. They just don't have the business to give.
Okay.
Cynthia. They just don't. I mean, people that work to build relationships with builder businesses are thriving because they're, building is happening and that's all going on. But retail sales are really taking a hit all across the country. I don't think that it's wise, and I'm speaking to everybody now. I don't think it's wise to depend on signing services. However, there are some really good ones out there. Signing order, Notary, Notary Cafe that, bring in business. It's about getting out there and spending the time repeatedly and regularly investing in building those relationships with the escrow officers.
Okay.
Part-time is a little more, evenings and weekends in this space, in the loan signing space. I have found in my experience, I had more 9 to 5 business than I did evenings and weekends. Laura, what say you?
A couple things. One is, there, on the whole, I agree with Jen that the business is not what it was. However, there are hot spots. I'm in Stockton, California, and I have an escrow officer in front of me today taking a class, and he is busy. Their whole office is busy. So they're just telling me, just depends on where you are. The other thing is, we do have a signing service actually, and I want to clarify that Notary and Find a Notary and Notary Rotary and all of those are not signing services. Those are directories you pay to
Right.
be on, and they hopefully find you when they go there. Signing services are the ones that are coordinating, appointments. And yeah, I think, is it Kim from Kim, you're on from Notary Academy. She's a signing service. Do you have a couple of recommendations you might want to share?
Absolutely. Jen is absolutely right. The market for loan signing, I wouldn't say that it has tanked. I would say that it's a normalized market at this point in time. We're not going to see the boom like we did previously. However, there are definitely still loans going. It is absolutely about your relationships. I have been a national signing service owner for 5 years now. And in the 5 years that I've been a national signing service owner, I've had maybe 6 to 7 notaries ever call me. So that's first and foremost, is you should be calling signing services and establishing relationships with them. I have relationships with notaries that they're my go-tos, just like an escrow office, just like a real estate office, etc. So you should be doing that. Second of all, your profiles on your signing service, whether you're using signing order, you're using SnapDocs, you're using Notary Dash, those are all platforms. If you're using those, your profiles should be good. You should be using a professional picture. All of your credentials should be up and ready to go. You should not be putting a loan signing system certificate in a National Notary Association place. When you are putting certificates in the wrong place, it makes you look messy, it makes you look undetailed and not somebody that I want to work with. You want to make sure that you have the proper insurance, that you have the proper certifications, and that more importantly, when you do your bio, I don't care how many degrees, how many law degrees, how many this and that you have. I care about how many loan signings you've done and how many certifications and what kind of education you have to perform those loan signings. But also, as a signing service owner, we give out more than just loan signing. We give out general notary work. I would say I'm the queen of permit runs. I work with 3 large national permit expediting companies, and we give out permit runs all over the country, especially in Dallas, Texas. So now you are on my radar. I love it. I love it when people come to Zoom meetings like this because we all work together as a community. We all get to know one another, and it does put you on my radar where I'm like, okay, Cynthia in Texas. So send me your zip code, send me your last name, send me how I can figure out where you're at That way, the next time I have a permit run or a loan signing, I can say, oh, Cynthia in Dallas, Texas, I'm going to remember you now.
Okay. And then
Okay.
like I can, during the day, I can leave and go do work. So I do put down that my hours, not 24, but like my hours are as if they're 9 to 5 or whatever, because I can leave and go and do them. So I just schedule, I just schedule it, and I can leave.
Communication is key, you guys. Call and build those relationships. Call the signing service and tell them that. Say, hey, I saw that you're offering that job. I'm available. I do work and I work from these hours, but I could go do that at this time. Is that a possibility? Sometimes it is. Sometimes there is flexibility and we can say, absolutely, not a problem, especially with permit runs. We ask for a certain day, but usually you're not doing the permit run on that day. And if you tell me I can't do it until, if I try to give it to you on a Tuesday and you call me and say I could do it on Thursday, I'm more than likely going to give it to you on Thursday because they're not date sensitive like a loan. You have to use your communication skills.
Okay.
That's
Kimberly,
awesome.
would
Good to know.
you,
Thank you. You said your name is Kim?
I'm Kimberly Sennett. I'm the owner of Seal the Deal National Signing Service, and I also own Notary Academy.
Okay.
My Notary Academy.
Kimberly, would you tell people on the call today who are interested in being active with your Seal the Deal National Signing Service, how they can do that?
So you just need to make sure that you have a complete profile on signing order. We assign all of our notaries on signing order. I do have a Facebook page that you can join. A great way for me just to get to know who you are just by participating on the page.
And here's some great news, you guys. Kimberly and her partner are going to be our special guest on next week's Tuesday Notary Titans call. So if you think between now and then of some more signing service questions, if you want to get a little more detailed, Kimberly is going to be here to answer all of those. And Cynthia, I hope she gave some amazing tips. I hope that helps answer your question. Thank you so much, Kimberly. I always love it when you're on our call.
It absolutely does. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. I love being a part of it.
And Kimberly, check out the chat. There's a few pointed questions to you in there, okay?
Okay.
All right, let's go to Jeanette. Jeanette, what's your question for us today? Tell us where you're calling from too.
Hi, I'm in Michigan. Hi, you guys. Thank you for taking my my question. I had a client that called me last week, and he was looking for, this is his wording, a professional witness. And after we talked, his daughter was getting married in Italy and blah, blah, blah. He told me kind of like the whole spiel. And this is it was his first time doing this. But when I, looked it up, I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's ATTO, that's one word, NOTORIO. Now, he didn't need any notary work done, but he used the word professional. He looked me up he Googled me. And he was looking for professional witnesses. He needed 4. So has anyone ever done anything like that? I didn't know what to charge. I just threw something, off the top of my head. I probably scared him with the price because I just didn't know, and he was asking me, did we have a passport? He needed the 4 witnesses to have a passport. So if anyone, knows anything about that, I would appreciate. So if I ever get a call again, or if he calls me back, I can be more informed. Thank you.
Great question. I'm going to have to defer this one to Laura or Matt. So Laura.
Well, Candy in the chat said the auto notario is Italian for notary. So, Jeanette, it sounds like they do want something notarized, but remember that foreign countries, we are not the same thing. We're a totally different animal. And so what they can do, they're more like judges, attorneys. What they can do is much more varied and broad than what we can do within our state. So he would need to find out if a notary in the United States could do a signature witness, which in Michigan, I believe, have that act. But what what is it that they would need that you can actually within the US? Because it's not the same deal.
Well, from what he told me, and like I said, he seems like he was helping his daughter get this together because he had an appointment at the consulate in Detroit.
Yeah.
He had all his papers notarized. He had them apostilled. The only thing he was lacking was the 4 witnesses. That's why he was calling me to do, I guess, an affidavit. And because, well, I even asked him, is it something that we have to sign? He didn't think so, but I don't think he really knows it. It could be just an oral.
Jeanette, if you don't really know what he needs, it's really hard for us to tell you what
Okay.
to offer him, right? I mean, if you knew exactly what he needed, it might be easier for me to direct you. But when you don't really have all the information, then it's really hard for me to know where to go with it.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you. Like I said he just need the witnesses.
And
Everything
you
else
might
was
just
taken
need
care
a regular old witness, which anybody can do,
of.
and you can charge for that service. If that's all he needs, then you can provide witnessing service and charge him for all 4 of you, if that's what he needs. But I
Okay.
don't.
I was just
I'm not
curious.
clear that that's all he needed.
Okay. All right. Thank
Thank-
you.
Thank you, Jeanette. Thank you so much. Candy and Geneva, we are going to get to your questions in just a moment. Just keep those hands up and thank you for your patience. But I want to reintroduce you to Bill Soroka, who is here today to talk to us about some really exciting news and a challenge. Hold on, Bill, I'm going to spotlight you here. There we go. And a challenge that he is issuing to the notary community. So, Bill, thank you so much for being back on TNT. It is amazing to see your face here today.
Thank you so much, Jen and Laura, for having me. I've missed you guys. It's been so long since I've been on TNT. Thank you for sharing the platform and inviting me up today. I am excited about the challenge that's coming up. This is also extremely important because I don't know if you know this or not, but it's July 2nd. The year is almost over. So we issued a challenge that sounds pretty intense. It's an invitation to a challenge. This is the Notary, based on my book, the Notary Business Building Challenge. It's 90 days to more clients, more income, and more confidence. I wrote this book in 2022, and even though it says 90 days, it can actually be a 365-day challenge for yourself. All of these challenges that are included here can be tweaked, modified, and adapted to whatever's important in your business, but everything in our business needs adaptation. And like, I love the garden analogy. You have to be tending to your garden in so many different planters in our business, right? You got Google Business Profile, you got other social media, you got LinkedIn, you've got all the relationships with the signing companies. All of this stuff takes a little time and it can be overwhelming. This challenge will help you stay on track and might just grease the wheels a little bit and create some momentum in your business. So whether you've done this challenge in the past or if this is brand new to you, you're invited to participate with us. We just started yesterday, July 1st for day 1. Today was day 2. Well, you know how the days go in order, right? So we're going to keep doing that for 90 days straight. It's no cost to participate. This is a free challenge for any notary in the country. You can jump in on this. To participate, I'm giving this book away for free. And I'm giving you the PDF version so you can download it and use it however you want to stay on track. Plus, we created a private Facebook group where you can jump in. You don't have to answer any questions. You can just get in and participate and share. And already we've got tons of activity inside the Facebook group of people doing the challenges, sharing them, modifying, tweaking them, and discovering some pretty cool things about themselves and their business. So I'd love for you to come on and participate. I'll post the links here in just a moment in the chat. The first step you're going to do is going to download the free, oh, there it goes. Can you guys hear me okay? Because my computer's running so slow. Am I cutting in and out?
You sound wonderful.
Okay, thank you. So there's the link to download the free book. Now, here's some of the feedback I've already gotten. If the idea of having the PDF version of the book drives you insane, or you go and try and print it out and discover that it's over 300 pages, like a reverse mortgage signing, you prefer to have the Kindle edition, it is on sale right now because we're getting ready for a big Prime Day sale for like 99 cents. And then, of course, you can get the print edition like this, paperback, if you'd rather have something like that. The link to get that is in the chat.
Is it
There it
forthcoming? Yes.
goes. Okay. And then finally, I'd love to have you in the private Facebook group. Let's get that here for you. I'm gonna post that in here. And then Jen, thank you so much for, or Coop, thanks for all your help.
Oh, did we just lose Bill?
Oh,
Change Jen to the host. And I don't see Bill.
Did he drop off?
no, I'm now the host. I don't know why he did that.
Yeah,
Hold on.
well, he was having
He might have
concerns
did
about
that
how
on
slow.
accident. Something
He'll
popped
pop
up.
back on.
Oh, there he goes.
There he goes. Okay.
He's back.
Bill,
I felt this power surge, Bill, and then when you were gone.
That's the challenge power.
yeah, I was like, wait, what happened? So I just want to, I want to take a poll here. And let me stress this. This is free. Free, 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 free. My favorite number, free. Every single person, there's 125 of you on this call. Every single person should be working with Bill and the rest of our community on this challenge. Please get in the chat. Please download the book or buy it for 99 cents on Kindle. I want to know in the chat right now by people dropping me a 1, who's in on the challenge. It doesn't matter that it's day 2, guys. It doesn't matter. You can start whenever you want. Bill has support set up in that Facebook group and through his multiple coaching opportunities. Look at that. Wow. Bill, expect a rush on, on downloads because it looks like this community is ready for this challenge.
I can't see it. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Yeah, the chat's a little slow. Guys, if you've ever woke up in the day and you're overwhelmed or discouraged and you're wondering, what can I be doing in my business today, or what should I do? We've all been there. I've been there. That's part of the reason that I wrote this book, right? So now every day you have something you can open up to day 5 of the Notary Business Challenge, and you have a place to start. And when you take action, it sparks other ideas and you start thinking of other things to do, and it just gets that momentum going first thing in the day. So I hope that you join us. Cheers to your success and prosperity. Thanks again for having me here.
Bill, do you have a link to the Facebook group?
I do, yes.
Yeah, could you repost that in the chat, please? We had everybody dropping 1, so that's a lot of scrolling back up to get to those links.
Oh, gotcha.
The Facebook group is not by invitation. Anybody can join it. And you guys, looks like a lot of people are downloading this already. So that is really exciting. We have to take action every day to achieve our dreams. And this is a vehicle that's not going to cost you anything to help you achieve your dreams by helping you get out of your own way. It is an excellent book. And I'm so glad that Bill was able to come on and talk to us a little bit about it. Bill, will you hang out with us for the rest of the call?
He's gone again.
He's
Oh, did
gone
he?
again, and Jen's the host again.
Oh, well. All right, he pops back in or he doesn't. Let's get back to our questions with Candy. Oh, he's coming back now, so we're assuming he's going to stay on the call with us. Hey, Candy, what's your question for us? Candy from Arizona.
Hi, everybody. I'm in Payson, Arizona today. Go to work wherever I can take my laptop, which is nice.
Yeah.
Just wanted to ask a quick question of everybody, and if you wouldn't mind, you can throw it in the chat for me. I need to know other different background check companies other than, has anybody used anybody else for background checks? I know this has probably been asked before, but I'd appreciate another run of names.
Aside from, I was going to say Sterling.
Aside
That-
from NNA. So Sterling
Aside from
is
NNA,
one?
Sterling does a background check, Candy, and I think that's something that Kimberly also put in the chat, and Matt is saying Notary Rotary in the chat as well. But if you guys know of any other background check companies, please drop that in the chat for Candy. I was just restating that, Candy. I heard a little background noise. I wanted to make sure everybody heard your question. Awesome. Thank you, guys. All right, Miss Geneva, how are you today?
I'm fine. I'm fine. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. This question is for Matt. I was on a call and it was something said about this document preparer can't offer compensation or something. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Hey, Geneva, thanks for the question. Yeah, so we have recently discovered that specific to the state of Arizona, legal document preparers, which are much like legal document assistants, these are not attorneys, they're not paralegals, but they do have credentials to draft legal documents like simple powers of attorney, perhaps a healthcare directive, maybe a simple will. Their governing body has determined that they are not allowed to pay a referral fee for business. So if I were to go to an LDP in Arizona and say, hey, for every client that I send you, could you give me some sort of compensation for that? And the rules prohibit them from accepting a deal like that. It's an ethics violation for them, right? However, there are other rules that I have been researching.
Let's hold off on this for just a second, Matt. And I'm sorry to interrupt, just because we want to make sure we have full clarity on that. This is a discussion, Geneva, obviously we've been having behind the scenes. And one of the reasons that Bill is here today, Bill, where'd you go? Where are you? There he is. You want to unmute? And let's talk about this when it comes to referral partnerships with legal doc preparers in the state of Arizona.
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you, Matt. You really summarized that perfectly and beautifully. We were just made aware of this, and even our partner firm, Geneva. By the way, Geneva, there's an email in your inbox that addresses this specifically.
Oh,
Already.
sorry.
Yep, no problem. And if anybody has any specific questions, of course, I give my phone number so you can reach out to me there. But basically, there's a statute that says that the legal document preparer should not pay referral fees. So we went right to our partner and they are researching it. They've been in business for 30 years. They've never heard of this. There's never been a problem. It's a very common practice. So we're just getting to the bottom of it. So in the meantime, we've just paused all of the activity in that program until we get clarity on that. And thanks to Matt's research already, we're discovering there's other components of the statutes and laws that might weave in there and everything might just be fine. So we're just paused right now. We're going to get it figured out and you'll be the first to know if anything changes.
Thank you.
You got it.
Thank you so much for asking the question, Geneva. Sorry, Bill, what were you going to say?
No, I was just going to say, so speaking of that, and I love that Candy chimed in here too, in NBB and in trust delivery agents, once a month now, we've combined the trust delivery conversations call, and we're going to talk about unpaid referrals. Because it's as cool as it is to get paid a referral fee, if you really like Jen, Laura, Matt, me, how we've built our businesses wasn't through paid referrals. It was through genuine, just I want to work with you, you want to work with me kind of referrals. And it's led to more business than paid referrals probably ever would have paid me. So we're going to talk about focusing on that anyway, just the good old fashioned referral type business on Monday's call. So Monday, July 8th at 8 a.m. Pacific time for NBB or Notary Business Builder members and certified notary trust delivery agents. You'll all be invited to that call.
Say that 3 times fast. I dare you.
Too many acronyms.
I know, right? Thank you so much, Bill, for the clarity there. I am going to go to our question form for the very first time. Malia, I see your hand up. Hang on just a moment. Laura, are you ready for our first question from our submission on the TNT website?
Well, I hope so. Let's see what it is.
All right. This is from Yvonne in California, and she would like to know if you complete a power of attorney at the hospital for a patient who is homeless, do you use the address on the valid California ID card, the assisted living facility, or the hospital in your journal? The patient is terminal.
So in our journal in California, the address is an optional column, which means we could choose to use the hospital where we met them. If we know that it's longer term and they will go back to a long-term care or hospice situation, might use that address. I'm assuming he had a form of ID in order to perform the notarization, whatever that address is. So you have options on which address you want to save the hospital for address where you met signer, and then where name and address is, you put something that's a more long-term situation. Not expected to leave the hospital, then that would.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Laura. You were breaking up just a smidge at the end. But thank you so much for your wisdom as always. And we've got Malia that has her hand up. Malia, tell us what state you're calling from and what your question is today.
Hello, I'm calling from Maryland, and
Hi.
my question today is pretty much a general question, just asking advice. I'm newly commissioned, and I've been sitting on my commission for about a couple of months. I've did a power of attorney, and I've did a regular acknowledgement. So my question is, how do you get past the first kind of jitters to just get out there? Both of the people that I know, any advice on how to like really build my business up, really get out there and like, stop being nervous
Yeah.
about.
Malia, this is my favorite question, right? So, first thing, thank you so much for asking, because it's something that a lot of people on this call are wondering, and I'm glad that you have found this community as you're more toward the beginning of your notary journey. But just yesterday, Malia, you may or may not know that my website that I've had for the last 5 years, it's called Marketing for Notaries. We have developed a 5-point marketing system. And yesterday, we actually celebrated our 5-year birthday, our 5-year anniversary, which I'm so excited about. Yes. And so, Malia, one of the things, the main thing I do on this website is I teach notaries how to get past that fear. What you're feeling is normal. Every single one. If you did not feel any fear when you first started out in your notary business, please drop me a number 2 in the chat, because if we even get one of those, I'm going to be surprised and I will actually question it, because our brains, Malia, are wired to stop us with fear before we do anything we've never done before. Pretty cool,
And it's so
right?
many
Like our brains are protecting us. Say that
definitely.
again, sorry.
I said it's so many avenues too. I find myself getting lost in a rabbit hole of like,
Yes, ma'am.
okay, I get wedding officiant, there's apostles, if I'm saying that right.
Yes.
There's fingerprinting, it's
So
so
much
many
stuff.
different avenues that you can go down. And I'm just like, okay, I need to just pick one, but I don't know which one to pick. So it's just
So
definitely been a journey.
Jen Cooper is going to put the website in the chat for you. I want you to go check it out, Malia. There is so much under the notary umbrella. In fact, Bill and Laura wrote an entire book called Beyond Loan Signings for all the different specialties that fall under that notary umbrella, but you have to start somewhere. And if you were paying attention to the first question we had from Cynthia in Texas when we opened the call, business of any type, whether it's a notary business, a bakery, a restaurant, a shoe store, an insurance salesman, a banker, successful businesses are based on 2 things: your online presence which is like a website, Google business profile, not in that order. Google business profile is more important. And the relationships you build. So as a notary entrepreneur, it's your job to get out there and start building those relationships. And that is exactly what marketing for notaries does. It teaches you how to do that, how to follow up with the people that you meet, how to find networking events so you can go build relationships with people, how to leverage social media because it's free advertising. You might as well use it. In the beginning, we don't have a lot of dollars, right, to invest in advertising. And how to send a monthly shout out. Speaking of which, I want today, Jen, if you would pull from the list, I want to make sure everybody here today has my free list of 18 different topics that you can talk about that adds value in your follow-up or your monthly touch point emails. Guys, that's a year and a half worth of content that I'm giving to you today for free. And that's to celebrate my 5th birthday. But Malia, it really is. We are in a relationship business. Laura, what do you have to say?
You know what, Jen kind of said it, so I don't really think I need to add much.
Can you tell Malia I'm a little passionate about teaching notaries how to build relationships?
I can definitely tell, but it definitely helps. It helps a whole lot. It
You got to
definitely
start
helps.
somewhere and you've got to take things bite by bite. You can't, it's very tempting to sit here and think, I want to do this, I want to do that. But then you just work yourself up into a frenzy and you get kind of analysis paralysis, right? You just sit there going, I don't know what to do, even though my to-do list is 700 things long, right? So really finding the right partners to help guide you through each phase of your notary journey. And marketing for notaries is specifically positioned for folks that are at the beginning of their notary journey. So I definitely encourage anybody who's new to the business to go check it out. And you guys feel free to download the link that Jen Cooper posted in the chat. Thank you, Jen. Get those 18 topics so you will always have something to talk about when you touch base with your clients and prospects each month with value added topics. Lisa Duffy, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
It's so good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. Lisa's from California. What is your question for us, Lisa?
More like a request. So I've changed a few things with my business. And I am no longer providing live scan services to the public, although I still mentor people and teach, but I am in need because I have a lot of accounts that are needing a live scan technician. So if there are any California, specifically Northern California businesses on this call that provide live scan service, if you could email me your information, because I have a few schools that need a live scan person on site for their onboarding, and I need to fill these requests pretty quick. So
that's amazing, Lisa. If you could put
I
your
just did.
Oh, you did. Okay, fantastic. Thank you. Oh, there it is. I'm a little behind on the chat. Thank you so much, Lisa. And please, give her the information she needs, guys, so she can help throw some business your way. Hi, Erica. Oh, Erica, you are on mute.
Hi, everyone. I'm getting home. So quick question, Lisa. I thank you, Jen, for the information too. What about New Jersey? Are you able to help us, to do the live scan in New Jersey?
And that question was for Lisa?
Yes, yes.
I heard some of it. What are you asking me
She was
about live
asking if
scan?
you're able to teach. Hang on one second,
Yes.
Erica, because you're breaking up a little bit.
I'm gonna put it in writing.
Yeah, hang on. Okay. She was asking if you can help teach her how to do live scan in New Jersey. Lisa.
I can talk to her about it, yes, because there's
Yeah.
a few questions I need to ask her. So yes, if you could reach out to me, I can definitely help.
Awesome. So Erica, her email is in the chat. Reach out to her and she will point you in the right direction. Look at that, Laura, making connections a couple of times on this call today. I love it. Luke Healer, remind me where you're calling from. And is she there? There she
Yes,
is.
I'm here. Yes,
Hi.
hi. I'm calling from Atlantic City, New Jersey.
That's right. What's your question for us?
Yes, a quick question. How do I get on the I guess Laura has a class on Saturday, or not a class, more of a question answer sort of thing. I only
Yes.
got it one time. So how do I get on? I get everything from Notary, but I only got Laura's thing one time. How do I get connected to her
You
thing?
got it.
It's the same Zoom thing every Saturday? Same.
Yes. Yes, ma'am, it is. And the link is in
Okay.
the chat for you. It's
Okay.
Laura's Inner Circle where you go register. And
Okay,
once you
thank you.
register, Laura will send you a link. Laura, you want to tell her about it?
Okay,
You know,
thank
once
you.
you get the link, it's the same one. I don't change it. So you only have to do it one time. If you lose it, just go re-register. Just go to coachmelaura.com and Laura's Inner Circle, put in your email, and it will send you another link.
Yeah, absolutely. It's an amazing call. So guys, we have some time. We don't have any hands up. I want to remind everybody on the call, it is so, we've talked about a lot of great things today, but the basis has kind of been building relationships. It is also important that you guys build relationships with other notaries for friendship, for support, for collaborative ideas. Next month, in fact, is all about, it's actually National Friendship Month next month. And Laura is going to be my guest on one of my calls inside Notary Business Builder, talking about the benefits of notary friendship. It is so important that you have that. And to that point, there's a lot of really cool opportunities coming up for notaries around the country. So I want to fill you in on some events that are happening over the next couple of months. The first one is really exciting, but it's for California-based people. It's an in-person event. Laura, tell us about your HOA Inspector of Election event on July 20th.
Yeah, this opportunity actually is in 27 other states, but they're a different set of codes. So I'm going to be working with from the Davis-Sterling Act, those statutes that govern in California. Opportunity is to orchestrate or manage an election for homeowners associations. And that could be also the voting process, CCNRs and assessments and other business that requires voting of the entire membership. And so what I'm doing is on July 20th, I will have mock election. So anybody who registers will be a voter, be on the voting list, and will show up the day of the event, and we will tally the votes. We'll go through a template of an election. You can be a notary, but you don't notarize it.
So Laura, you're breaking up a little bit again. I just want to remind everybody, take a look in the chat. This is a $59, there is a $59 event fee because of course Laura has to pay for the room and the food that she's providing, which is a continental breakfast. It is worth every penny. So if you guys are in the Modesto area, or you can get there on July 20th, there's only a handful of spots left. And Laura, correct me if I'm wrong, there's only about 10 spots left, right?
10 spots.
Out of how many?
I think it's a total of 40 people that I can
accommodate. So so it's people are signing up pretty quickly. So if you guys are interested, I would encourage you to get signed up for that right away. The other thing that's coming up in August is the Montana Notary Conference. That's August 15th and 16th in Helena, Montana. Registration is open. There's going to be traditional notary training there, and it's not all Montana based, right? There's going to be so many learning opportunities there with mock trials, technology classes, 26 different speakers from across the country will be there. Jen, would you mind putting that Montana conference link in the chat for us? So if you are interested in beating the heat, go into a notary conference in Montana in August. I'll be there. as one of the speakers, but just to get away from the heat too. Come hang out with us. There's so many people actually on this call right now that are going to be speaking. Matt Miller, Laura, Bill. I saw Judy on the call earlier. I'm not sure if she's still here. And if I'm missing anybody, I apologize, but there are going to be some amazing learning opportunities. Go check out the website for a full description of what is to be expected from the conference in Montana. It is worth your time to check it out. It's one of the really good ones. And lastly, in September, we have, let me get there, the Empowered Notary Summit, which is happening here in Dallas, Texas. This is a one-day summit. I'm delivering the keynote. I'm really excited. But here's the cool thing. If you live in Dallas, Cynthia, I think you've already signed up. If you live in the area and you are looking for a conference to attend, I encourage you to check the Empower Notary Summit out September 21st. Here is the link with a special code for people that follow me, people in my community. They get 15% off of the regular ticket price. So if you're interested and you're in the Dallas, Texas area in September, I would love to hang out with you there. All right, guys, do we have any more? Oh, did somebody have something for me?
Jen, just because I don't see hands yet, and we've been trying to like limit how many events we say in any one call. Get overwhelming. But since we happen to have Notary Academy on the call, and I happen to be one of their speakers coming up in October, having a retreat in Scottsdale, Arizona. Am I right? Really? In Scottsdale, Arizona. So I just want to start to add on your radar. And as we are closer in July and we get to that quarter at a time, we start announcing that every single time. But since we're on today, I wanted to know about that.
Awesome, Laura. Thanks for that reminder. And yeah, since Kimberly's on the call, she's going to be specifically talking about her event next week.
Next week.
On the TNT call. So please, and of course, answering any other signing service questions you have. But please come back next week and listen to what Kimberly has to say, what she's got going on out in Scottsdale in October. There's a link in the chat that Jen Cooper posted if you want to get registered for that right now if you're in the Phoenix, Scottsdale area, or you can get there. All right, do we
Kimberly,
have...
if you'd put a link in there for us, I don't think we have a link.
It's in there.
It's in there? Okay. Great.
Yeah, I had it on our note list, Laura.
Right. Okay, great.
So it's in there, unless that link's wrong, Kimberly. Okay, she's saying it's right. All right.
Thank you.
I was gonna say, do we have any last minute questions? And Rosalind, thank you for raising your hand. What is your question today?
So, good afternoon to everyone.
Hi.
Hi, Laura. I am, I'm in Texas. I'm in Houston, Texas, matter of fact. So I will not be attending this HOA inspector election, but I am very interested in learning more about this election process. Reason being is because I used to be a HOA president here in Houston, and the HOA is having a very hard time running their elections. And this would be something that I would want to take to our state legislators to basically getting a bill written for this. I'm not sure if this is something in California that they have a bill written for something like this, but this would be something that I would want to take to the state legislators and say, hey, this might be a good idea, right? And I see someone, I'm sorry.
You're one of the 27 states where it's already, there is a statute written on how to handle the elections for HOAs. So all you have to do is start Googling, doing a little research on HOA elections, and you'll find the statute, and it will say who's allowed to do it. Very similar to how it is in California. It's allowed to do it, and if it's a by ballot requirement and what the requirements are.
Okay.
And for for those of you who have Laura Biewer Presents, I did a video with an attorney, an HOA attorney, and talked about all this and named all the states. It was on a slide. So if you're NBB or LBP, you can get access to that already.
Okay. Well, like I said, I wanted to commend you for this because this is a very good idea to hold this event, because here in Texas, this is not in the property code. And a lot of the HOAs are having trouble with holding their elections. They even have paper ballots still, right? And
Yeah,
so,
some do.
yeah, and so I think this is a really good idea that I would like to take to the state legislative this session to actually make it to be something that in the statute they would kind of recommend. I'm not in your group, but I would like to see that even be an option, right? So,
Yeah, so if you want to find out more about it and learn about it, there's 2 different videos about it actually. And if you go to notarycoach.com/LBP, and the link is in the chat, and you can see more about what LBP is about, because it's like a dozen different specialties. And HOA is one of them.
okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
Great question, Rosalind. And I love your gumption to get out there and fix it, right? And looking for some direction to fix it. I love that. Matt, she sounds like somebody you need to connect with. Matt being our government affairs guru, right? So thank you for bringing that up. I appreciate it so much, Rosalind. And thank you guys for spending some time with us today, talking about all the fun stuff that happens inside the notary world, right? We appreciate your time. Laura, would you like to close us out today?
Just, it was huge. I think it was 124 at the height of the call. So one, thank you for your commitment to joining the call, because if we don't have people on the call, then there's nobody for us to talk to and answer questions. And when somebody asks a question, then that's the heavy lifting. Everybody else learns from it. So glad you guys are actually participating. I just want to highlight that question that you can submit during the week. One of the reasons I asked that is that when you ask state-specific questions, it's really hard to help specifically right moment. If I ask the question ahead of time, then I have an opportunity to research. And now I'd be able to speak to it, not just general in your state. So help me.
You're breaking up a little bit. That hotel is just not is not internet friendly today.
Not today.
So I did put in the chat for anybody that would like to submit a question. We will be more inclined to answer your questions if you raise your hand, like everyone so generously did today, or if you submit your question on this form. There's so much activity in the chat box, it makes it difficult sometimes to isolate the questions, right? So it is easier, and we always want to make things easy for people, right? It's easier when you think of your questions, if you just pop on over to notarycoach.com/TNT, click the link at the top and get your questions submitted for us to answer on the weekly TNT call. And remember, those are not for I need an answer right now kind of questions. Those are for this particular call. Okay, so they will be answered on the TNT call every Tuesday afternoon.
And Jen, before we go, if I could make one request. For those of you who are not getting my email blog because you haven't subscribed to Laura, even though you may have one of my products, it may not mean that you are subscribed to my list. So if you would go to coachlaura.com and actually subscribe, then you would be able to get my notifications as well.
Yeah, and I'm putting that in the chat for everybody, Laura. It's just coachmelaura.com. Subscribe where she asks you to, and you'll be able to get, thank you, Jen, for doing that. She will be able to get you her blog, which she started doing. And I really like it because it shows that personal side of Laura Biewer that we don't often get to see on calls like this because she's always the resident expert, right? So it's really nice to see that softer side of the goat. Thank you guys for being here today. It's been a blast. We will see you next week, same time, same place. Have an awesome week and happy 4th of July, everybody. Enjoy the day. Bye.